He never had
moved
kids
out
with
of the
his
house.
first-
No,
with
not his first wife.
Yeah.
He had 3 with his second,
That's
the
right.
longest tenured, and she had to kick him out of the house.
Yeah.
And we talked with her. She was one of the initial interviews we did, and that was so important for me because
That's amazing that she was willing to do that.
I can't
Very
have more
grateful.
respect
Yeah.
for her, and that was so eye opening for me, Jackie, because it showed how selfish in a way a lot of us fans or just I'll call them people in the comedy community are. Like I was upset that I wasn't going to see his next joke about
Right.
George Bush or who knows what,
Right,
you know,
right.
or
Whatever the new
whatever it was.
sitch.
And then I talked to this woman and like, oh yeah, you have 3 kids.
Right. Who are never going to get to know their dad.
And you can't, I mean, she had to, I'm sure she mourned,
Mm-hmm.
but in the grieving process, she also has to, make lunches, get her kids to school,
Yeah.
do all the everyday stuff of
single parenting
and
now.
all of us are like, oh, what a genius. And she's clearly loved him.
Yeah.
But that genius was also making their life so hard because and I don't want to say, well, he just shouldn't have drank. I mean, he had depression issues that he was self-medicating very poorly.
But to say someone shouldn't drink, best of luck.
Well,
I mean,
you really shouldn't put that in your body.
It turns out
it's bad for you.
You have an illness,
Right,
and I'm
right.
so sorry that you can't cure it yourself. And but you can't cure it yourself. So he was kind of concocted. But so they got married.
In
Yeah,
95.
you know what this is?
Yeah.
We could just totally gossip about his marriage because I have always wondered about her because when I first met him, he was very nice about her. He was just like, she was great. He had gotten his first development deal, and he said he blew all the money in Vegas.
Oh.
And $50,000. He blew $50,000 in a weekend in Las Vegas, and he finally ended up.
Did he gamble at all, or was it all on drugs?
It was all of it. It was gambling, drugs, women,
what have you, vice of your choice.
all the things of Las Vegas.
Right.
And he said that he checked his messages finally, and there was a message from her. There were several messages from her, but the last one said, "If you don't call me, I'm taking our children, and you're never seeing them." And so that's what had sobered him up. That when I first met him. It's just fear, right?
Yeah.
Just fear had sobered him up. He was white knuckle, like holding on for dear life to try to keep his family and to keep his, but not able for some reason to get sober more than that, right? I mean, for some reason,
he could be so, and this is the sad part of it. Like you can be sober 99% of the time and go off the wagon that one day, and
then
that's
you're
the
done.
end of you. And I'm not saying he was sober 99%, but from when he met Marianne. It was.
How did they meet? Do you know?
Yeah, she worked at Caroline's. She worked in Saturday Night Live in the cue card department. She had a moonlighting gig, serving drinks.
Okay.
And she was also Latin, and so she just came back from Spain. She worked at the '92 Barcelona Olympics, so they had a little bit more to talk about. I think she spoke Spanish too.
Right.
So
he was not Italian. What the hell was he?
No, he's Colombian and Spanish.
Thank God. Okay, so it'd be like me saying,
goodness.
it was like Fred Armisen's Italian, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, he's not. Anyway, so but the
So they met. He was gigging there.
Yeah.
And also they were New Yorkers,
Yeah.
and so they had more in common than just you work at a comedy club. I'm a comic.
Well, and the thing is you meet people. How many people meet everybody at work anyway?
Right.
You know, so I mean, it's hard to. It's why there's those rules of how you can't sexually harass people at work, is so that
And I think
you gotta go gently into that dark.
You have to go
night.
gently there. Absolutely.
You're like, do you want to date as people? I know we work together. I mean, you have to say those words, and then they're like, yeah, I totally do. And then you dash off and you do whatever you want to do because you're both adults.